As the lower qualifying match was ready first, so they do take priority. Just as a heads up, and here we go. We're jumping right on in. Videos are done and spawning in the top left hand, or on the top side of Last Fantasy. We have the red Polish Terran player, the red Terran himself, representing his new team, representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Team Liquid. It is Strange. Go. As we are settling in. Now, when it comes to Scarlet and RSL, of course, Scarlet is a fan favorite, 100%, of course, 100%. Even me myself, of course, if you know anything about myself, you know that I'm a big fan and was and still am a big fan of Axiom Esports. Did watch them religiously back in the day, and of course, I did team up with Acer for Axiom Acer and GSTL, so I've been a big fan of Scarlet for a long time, and I hope to see more of her in the future. And it is possible that Scarlet might be voted in. Remember, for the RSL, there are these qualifiers, but there's also going to be a fan vote and also invites as well, so there's multiple ways for players to get involved, and I believe for the fan vote, people can vote on who they want to take part, but the prerequisite, I believe, is that players have to have played in the qualifiers, so we might still see Scarlet in the main event. It does depend on, you know, the invites and how voting works as well. So I'm sure not the last we've seen of Scarlet, or some of these other players that don't quite make it through into the qualifiers or into the main event. For now, we do scout across the map. We get eyes on the position here of Spirit. So MaNa is aware, and Spirit, no scout. No scout. Economic opener, racks expand into a delayed factory. Economic start at a Spirit. No SCV scout, the Reaper will finally move out. As welcome to the most vetoed map in the map pool. I would say Last Fantasy alongside Torches. You rarely get to see them, but in this best of 5, it's a treat. In the best of 5, we can commit. Oh. As Reaper is zoned away, Spirit is now aware of the position of MaNa behind this Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council into Blink. Twilight Council into Blink Stalkers. Spirit dipping back into the main. At least attempting to. Checking his vision, Spirit, he did get eyes on the Twilight Council. He's aware of the tech. Likewise, Hallucination is the main base, and likewise, MaNa is aware of the 1-1-1 follow-up and the more economic start as well. So nothing looking too wild, nothing looking crazy. When it comes to this qualifying match, of course, MaNa has been looking insane, and this is a rematch. Coming into this, I would say that Spirit is the favorite player, or at least he should be the favorite player, but if you've been watching MaNa as of late, you would know that MaNa, he popped off this week. He took down Spirit. He took down Clem and Spirit in this week's Wardy TV Monday. MaNa, he was crazy this week. So, on the one hand, Spirit should be the stronger player on paper. MaNa has been looking insane, specifically in the PvT matchup and in the other in PvP as well. I think I would say his weakest matchup is PvZ currently. But MaNa, he's been having some crazy upsets as of late, taking down players like MaxPax, taking down players like Clem, taking down Spirit as well, and a laser. So I'm excited to see how MaNa did defeat Spirit last time and if he can do it again. And now drop into the main. Does drop in, does turn away. Likewise, my shot towards the natural. Oh! Taking down 4 workers. Likewise, Blink is still not yet done. Nice timing here from Spirit. He does pull away. Does get out. Does get out in time. Likewise, MaNa now finishing up Blink. How many gateways is he on? Behind this, he has 2 gates in the main and 2 gates in the natural. 4-gate Blink out of MaNa. Let's go. Hyper aggression. Spirit, he did get eyes on the gateway. Yeah, he knows. He did get eyes on the gateways. Back at home, he has 2 bunkers on the low ground. You can see Spirit reacting so hard to this. 2 bunkers, a tank on the high ground as well. Ooh. Medevac does fall. Nice pick up. MaNa does catch the medevac. Again, it's going to be a delayed third base out of MaNa. Very committed on 2 bases. He blinks in. Boom, brutal mine connection. Mine goes off. The tank is going to be targeted. The tank will still go down. Takes down the tank. Going for the add-ons. Going for the upgrades. Spirit getting pulled apart here. Does have a tank on the ramp. But Stim is denied. And so is mining at the mineral line in the main. Gets another tech lab. And another. Oh, God. Takes out every single tech lab. MaNa, he hates the tank. Gets another tank as well. Boys being pulled. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of control. No, you thought 4-gate Blink was out of meta, was out of fashion. I mean, it is. But MaNa is bringing it back. And again, this damage was necessary, considering no third expansion. There is no base. Just now being taken. It's so late. It's so late. So delayed. Once again, blinking in. Does force the boys to be pulled. No mining in the main. He wants that, but he wants the Rax. He's gonna get it. The Rax goes down. It's crazy. Without a Rax, no Stim. Like, Stim is so heavily delayed here. More Raxes on the way. Rotates to low ground. Bunkers are empty. Gets 1. Oh, doesn't quite get 2. Not quite. Bleeds out a couple Stalkers. Bit of an overextension here from MaNa. Does overextend. Pulls away. Third base halfway done. So yeah, I said in the chat, asking about the anonymous scope, and we always do dive into the natural. Once again, bunker falls. The Marines will punish somewhat. Remember, these are vanilla Marines, no Stim. So MaNa, he can be a little bit more aggressive. He'd be more free to push in. Tank has arrived. MaNa once again rotating. There is a tech lab in the main. On that factory. MaNa, I'm sure he wants that tech lab. Settles for the Rax. And he will get a kill. Gee, oh, not quite. Not quite. Meanwhile, 8 SCV kills at the natural. Spirit just cannot keep up. He cannot keep up. As MaNa, he's on full 3-base saturation. Bay is on the way. That's going to be for Colossal production. Second Robo as well for double Colossal production. Once again, a little bit old school when it comes to the 4-gate and the Colossus. Mentioned earlier that Storm is a little more trendy nowadays, just because of the change to the engineer overcharge. I see in the chat, parting, is that you? Do you want better? 2016 MaNa, is that you? Is that oh my god. Playing like he's 10 years younger, but it's crazy. I'm referring to the time where we had the offline events in Poland. Not I Am Katowice, but the WCS finals. The infamous moments. I think it was MaNa in the semis. With the camera pan. Ah. It's beautiful. MaNa popping. I think that was 2016, I think. Meanwhile, there's LC jumping in the main. So back in circa WCS. MaNa diving in. This time he gets punished though. Blink is down. Sorry, Stim is now done. And every Stalker goes down. MaNa misjudging. He's like, oh, you have Stim now. Okay. I should probably respect the army. It's true. It's true, you should. Man with gun, they're crazy. Especially with Stim. So MaNa takes a rough fight, but here we go. Here comes the main force. Triple Colossus. Ay, ay, ay. It's got 3 Colossi. Mass Zealot. Stalker's moving in as well. Warping in 8 Zealots at a time. MaNa, he's here to end the game. In brutal force fields. Boys are being pulled. The Colossus, they just have their way with his army. Start stepping in. And catching out 9 SCVs. Claiming that final tank. And there's just nothing to stop the Protoss. Nothing to stop MaNa. Spirit, he drops into the main. He's doing damage, don't get me wrong. But this push is designed to end the game. Just end the game. Do you get some shots off here in the mineral line? Bio army moving down. Do we have more reinforcements? MaNa, he's got 700 minerals on the bank. We need that warp in. Do we warp it at home across the map? Where are we going? Spirit, he's holding on. Oh my god. Spirit, he does hold. There's a defensive warp in. MaNa going for the medevacs. And he should get one. Oh! And he does. Takes out the medevac, cleans up the army. Final medevac's full. And Spirit just going for the Doom Drop. Recall, I believe, has not been used. MaNa moving out. MaNa still has the higher base count, the better economy, more warp-ins. And Spirit's getting desperate. We're just going for the base. Let's go! We're going for the base trade! Heading into the natural, a couple of cells, they peel off into the third. MaNa pushing in. Mine shot's not quite going off. Catching out Marines, 17 SCV kills. Yeah, 17 getting all the SCVs. Couple of rolls left over. At the same time, Spirit going for the production. Do love to see it. It's one of those things where, yes, MaNa has all this money, but where's the economy? Sorry, where's the production? Nothing powered in the main, and only 1 gateway here at the natural. So MaNa, he cannot reinforce as everything's depowered. He tries to make a couple of immortals, but again, the production's just not there. Speaking of the Great Migration, the production escapes. And we're gonna have to recall. We're gonna have to recall at this point. There it is. Does recall back home. Boys are being pulled. Can he get a Colossus? Oh, can he get one? He can. Gets one. Oh my god. Down to 1 Colossus. And again, MaNa has a bank. But MaNa has no production. He needs gateways. He needs to repower everything. Now the bases, the buildings migrating back over. He tabs on the main army. It's 3 Marauders, 1 Marine, 4 medevacs. It's not really an army. It's I mean, Spirit, he's been in a rough position this game, and forcing the base trade was the best chance that Spirit had, but it's not going to be enough. It should not be enough at this point. He's stuck in the main with 4 units. MaNa moving in, clearing up whatever he can. Gateways are somewhat being repowered. Jesus, just warping into the main. MaNa just going for the kill. He doesn't want to let Spirit stabilize. Tank does siege. It's going to be a messy fight. Oh, nice juggling. Saves a Colossus. And nice juggling. Saves a Colossus. Tank fully going up here, and the Colossus does not go down. Oh my god. It barely does survive. And with that, MaNa has done it. GG gets called, and MaNa will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Oh my god. Again, MaNa's been popping off. He's been popping off recently again, mate. If you can take down Clem, you can take down any Terra player out there. No one is safe. Not from MaNa. GG. GG, well played. With that, MaNa takes the lead. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. Also, I apologize if I sound congested, just because I am. I don't know why, but feeling a little bit under the weather. I think casting for 12 hours straight is probably not ideal. Yeah, it's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll make it. As here we go, as we're getting into game number 2. Did the Anonymous Cup player names get revealed yet? Yes, they were unveiled. They were unveiled on stream. We went over it after the event concluded. Went over all the players. So you can check out the VODs. You can check the VODs on stream. Whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube. But here we go. We're jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is MaNa. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Polish Terran player, the Red Terran, representing his new team, RSL Esports. It is Spirit. We go. As MaNa does take a lead, but as a reminder, this is a best of 5. Best of 5. We got plenty more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. Plenty more to go. And I want to believe we can have a back and forth here for Spirit. Spirit, he does open up a double gas, so this time going for something more safe or aggressive. I would say aggressive at this point. So double gas opener into a faster factory, delayed CC out of Spirit. A little bit unorthodox, as you know, Spirit, he's known for being a little bit more greedy, known for cutting corners. Not this time. Go. So with this, again, double gas opener, faster factory, delayed TC. Technically, this can turn into a one base all-in with a starport follow-up, but Spirit, I don't think he's really one to embrace one base all-ins. We should be seeing a CC, and from here we can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can turn this into early mine drop. We can see an early tech lab into early tank or early cyclone production. We'll keep an eye on Spirit. So now the Reaper breaks in, we will soon have our tech of choice. Once again, Twilight Council opener out of MaNa. As a reminder, MaNa did open up 4-gate Blink. 4-gate Blink Stalker last game and was hyper aggressive. Here, I would imagine MaNa to shift gears and to maybe go for a safer build instead. Reaper's a poke in. Gonna be zoned away. Gonna be forced back. Likewise, no early tech lab. Medevac is on the way. We have the initial Hellion. Continuing Hellion production. Okay. Setting up for what looks to be potentially even a Hellion drop. As Hellion Reaper is amassing. Behind this 39 extra gateways. So far, 2-gate Blink. So it could be 2-gate Blink into a third, or most likely 3-gate Blink Stalker. As Hallucination does get eyes on the Hellion drop. Hellions are making their way across the map. The second Hallucination does confirm, does chase, does follow. MaNa coming in with the intercept. Again, just solid scouting. Medevac does commit, boost in. One more volley. And there is no Stalker ready for this. 3 Hellions, they can one-shot probes. They can and they will. Oh, they race on over. There goes 6 probes going down, getting up to 8. Oh no, they're lining up. Getting up to 11. 11 probe kills. Ay. MaNa, he scattered, he responded well, but he did not shut it down. That's going to be 16 probe kills. Getting one more volley. Oh no, Oh my god. Yeah, gets one more. 19 probes. GG gets called. That is game-ending damage. And with that, Spirit ties up the series 1-1. Whew. GG. Aye. Again, unfortunately, MaNa saw everything. That was not meant to end the game. He saw everything. He saw the drop. He saw the Hellions. He was aware what was going on, but he was not able to intercept in time. He was able to get some damage done, but did not kill the medevac. GG. GG, well played. 19 probe kills. That is unacceptable damage at this level of play, and the game ends. The game does end then and there. And now we're getting into game number 3. We'll see who takes the lead in the series, who does take a lead, and who gains momentum between MaNa and Spirit. Let's go. Let us go. As our next game is going to be on Tokamak. Tokamak being one of the more larger and more mech-oriented maps. So we could end up in a more standard back and forth mid-game. There was a map for it. It would be Tokamak. Let's go. Here we go. As again, that was a bit of a shorter and more abrupt game 2, unfortunately. Hoping that we can sink our teeth into game 3. Keep us that back and forth. So spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid, being forced into a tied series. We'll see if we can bring it back. It is MaNa. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the Polish Terran fighting back, putting a point on the board, representing his new team, representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. And again, just happy it's not a clean sweep. It's not going to be one-sided. We have a back and forth. We have a series. As last game, Spirit did open up double gas into a commitment into Reactor Reaper, into drop play. This time, single gas opener. This time, Spirit is going for a faster command center. So a more economic start out of our Terran player. And the Probe Scout will confirm. He's here to confirm. Checks the gases, sees one. And now MaNa, he can rest easy. He can rest easy knowing, okay, there's going to be a CC on the way. He's there to delay, be as annoying as possible. Going back in. And the most he can hope for is like an off-center CC that's lifted later. As Spirit, he has the 400 minerals, and there it is. There is the command center. And again, welcome one also Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps in the map pool, much more defensive as well. The reason for this is because this is a rare site, but we do have rocks in between the bases. Typically, on all of these maps, the center area here is open, and you can rotate between the 3rd, the 4th, and the natural. But here, that's not the case. There are rocks, there's a ramp as well, there's high ground. Likewise, a choke point here towards the left-hand side, another choke point here on the right as well. It is a little bit easier to fortify and to build up on 4 bases on this map more than others. So the economic start from Spirit makes sense. Likewise, we should be seeing a more economic start out of MaNa as well. We have yet to see 2-gate blink into a 3rd. That just hasn't happened yet here from MaNa. We'll see. See what he goes for. Now MaNa moving out. The goal here would be to try to delay the command center. Stalker moves in. Gets a Marine. Not bad. Takes down a Marine. Hellions have arrived, and we can maybe get the 2nd Marine as well. Yeah, 2 Marine kills for a Stalker. I would say a better trade for Spirits. I'm sure MaNa was hoping for a Widowmine follow-up, but it's going to be double Hellion into double Widowmine. MaNa, he will confirm. Dips back in. This time MaNa, he has a full wall. Hellions, they do not get into the bases. Ooh, and we have more Hellions on the way. Okay, so I assume this was just going to be a mine drop, but with 4 Hellions in production, I think the goal could be for, I was going to say it could be for Spirit to try to throw down Widow Mines here at the ramp or at the natural to open up the natural base itself and to rush in with those Hellions. But MaNa does fully wall off completely with the gateway. So he is walled off. Widow Mine drop into the main. Does boost in. MaNa's ready for it. And MaNa will shut it down. I say that mine shot's going to be going off. Gets 1 probe. Hellions, they are denied. There's a full ramp or a full wall. As the Hellions, they get picked up. Oh, not again. Not again. The Hellions, they bust into the natural. They get 1 shot. Yeah, boys are being pulled, but this time there's plenty of Stalkers. Yeah, nowhere near as much damage. We have, what, 7 Stalkers to defend? That's still going to be 5 probe kills. But thankfully, only 5. MaNa does hold. Meanwhile, going for the oh my god, going for the proxy. How many do we have? 5. 4 gates back into a 5th gateway across the map, going for a 2 base all in. No expansion. No expansion, no 3rd base, no robo either. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky here, as I believe there is no high ground vision. We need that hallucination. As MaNa, he just doubles down. We have 3 bunkers here at the natural, and 2 tanks in the main. MaNa, he does blink in, gets 1, takes out 1 tank, takes out the other as well. Both tanks go down. MaNa, he just finds damage, going for stim, denies it. Yeah, stim is denied. SCVs are falling left and right. MaNa, he commits in. Taking out 6, 7, 8 SCVs. And remember, these are vanilla Marines. Now the tank has arrived. MaNa, he wants it. Yeah, he wants it, he gets it. 2 volleys go up. Running out of Stalkers. It does run out. Blinks down to low ground. Nice control. He blinks well. 17 SCVs. He's not done. He's not done. Nowhere close. Bunkers are empty. Gets more workers. Pulls away from the bunkers. And Spirit just can't keep up. He cannot keep up. Again, he did amazing damage earlier. I mean, I say amazing. It was decent. But it also meant he was delayed. His tank production. His bio army. I don't think he was expecting this to be set up. This all in. As MaNa, still no expansion. There's still no follow-up. Just pure Blink Stalker. Blinks into the tank, though. Oh, it's a messy fight here from MaNa. Does get the tank, but takes a lot of hits to the face. Can he clean up these Marines? And the souls are incredibly low. Like, this wasn't as worth it. As he bleeds out more Stalkers. MaNa losing everything. Every Stalker's going down. Brutal losses here for the Protoss. Remember, they still have yet to expand. This is an all-in. Oh. Catch the Raven. Getting the tank as well. Not bad. Tank goes down. Shaves off more Marines. MaNa maintaining his position. Going for another warp in. MaNa, has he done it? It's close. Yeah, it's so close here. Blinks back into the main. Boys are being pulled. Takes down the tech lab. Still a handful of Marines. Once again, just very delicate blink control there from MaNa. Yeah, blinks away. Blinking back up to the high ground. Oh, that's a bold blink. Wasn't quite worth it. MaNa does pull back. The tank has arrived. Oof. That's where he's holding. That's where he's holding on. Does cost him 13 SCVs. But he has his tank. And MaNa still just walled in. Station has arrived. The Marines are not in position. And blinks into the main. Oh, he's locked in though. I'm loving the SimCity here from Spirits. But he wants that tank. He's going to get it. once again goes down. Once again, there's no stim, of course, for this army. Nice lift. Does lift well for himself. But alas, we're running out of Marines. Tank has arrived. He blinks in. Gets a tank, and he's done it. Yeah, MaNa, he has finally done it. There's nothing left. There's SCVs and the production. Just whatever pops out. A Marine at a time, a tank at a time. Gee. God, no. Not like this. And MaNa. Oh my god, with the 2-base all in, with a 5-gate 2-base all in, with the proxy barely breaks through, and MaNa takes a lead. GG. That was crazy. Oh my god. GG, well played. MaNa does take a lead, and MaNa is 1 game away from qualifying for the main event. And I can sense the frustrations. Like, MaNa just, I should say, what MaNa did here is very irregular. Like, we don't really see players commit to this, commit to a 5-gate 2-base all in such a way, to try to punish the blinks, to try to punish the drop play, the aggression, the harassment. And for him to just walk up the ramp and just walk past the bunkers, blink into the main, blink on top of the tanks as well. MaNa, he's an animal. Ay. Nowhere is safe. Nowhere. Spawning in the top left hand corner of Pylon, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from qualifying for the RSL. It is MaNa. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Terran player. We have the red Terran representing RSL Esports down in the series. Can he bounce back? Can he recover? Can he force the ace match? It is Spirit. Here we go. Oh, MaNa, he's crazy. Imagine instead of 3 bunkers at the natural, Spirit had 1 near the factory. Well, like, I don't blame Spirit for not having a bunker in the main, just because he had 2 tanks. Like, he had 2, like, he should have been safe. Like, looking at Spirit's setup, when it came to the initial Stalker push, like, Spirit, he looked safe. He had 2 tanks, he had his bio army protecting the natural, and MaNa had no high ground vision. He remember, to get to the tanks in the main, he walked through the natural, he walked through the bunkers. It was crazy. So a bunker in the main base wouldn't have helped initially there. If the bunker wasn't targeted down in the main, if it persisted, then it would have been maybe a cleaner defense or a stronger defense in the main base later on if it didn't get targeted down. Like, there's just so much that came into play there. It was crazy. It was just crazy how committed, how dedicated MaNa was, and it just worked. Like, he just brute forced it. Like, remember, there was a moment in that game where MaNa lost everything. Remember, he lost every single Stalker when it was the second time he blinked into the main base where he took like 3 tank volleys to the face. So he lost every single Stalker. And I thought it was over. I thought it was, that's game. But MaNa, he just kept going. Like, he just starts up from scratch, starts up the Stalker up from scratch, I should say. Just build back up. Crazy. With that though, we're settling in. It is going to be a standard opener out of our Terran player, going for a rack expand into a later factory, later gases. Economic starts. Meanwhile, Twilight counter opener out of MaNa. Again, MaNa's been very aggressive this series. We had 4-gate blink in game 1 and 5-gate blink in game 3. Clem, Cyril, and Rainer are all invited. Well, I haven't seen the invites yet, actually. I haven't seen who got invited to the RSL. We'll look into it. Extra gateways on the way. So far, we have a 3-gate setup. And MaNa, this time, for the first, he's expanding. He's getting a third. Let's go. I mean, he did expand on Lost Fantasy as well, but... never mind. Do you see what I see? 4 gates. 4 gateways. 2 gates at the natural, 2 gates in the main. 4-gate blink once again out of MaNa. I thought he was moving over to expand. The answer is no. No, he's not expanding. He's going to double down here. He likes his stalkers. You know, for a while, MaxPax was known for this. For a while, like 2022, 2023, like MaxPax, who was known for having the best 4-gate blink in the world. Not anymore. I mean, now MaxPax rarely does 4-gate blink just because players got so good at defending against it. Like this build has fallen out of favor in the meta. Like MaxPax, like he does this maybe once a month sort of thing. Like it's very rare even for MaxPax. Even though he was so prolific with this. And MaNa is bringing it back. He's bringing it back. Let's go. What am I dropping to the main? MaNa, he does move out. As he moves out, Spirit's moving in. Back it up, what do we have? Okay, we have 2 bunkers at the natural. We have 1 tank further back in the main. I mean, there's not really too much room here to blink into the main base either. So here comes MaNa. MaNa, he does respond. Nice reaction. Ooh, he takes out the meta. He takes out one of the Widow Mines. The Widow Mine does fall. MaNa now can focus on the main push. Boys are being pulled already. Spirit, he's saying this seriously. Spirit saying, not again. Oh, saying, not again. Not again. Back. He's holding. Reaper into the natural. MaNa blinks into the main. Going for the tank. Force fields a ramp. Oh my god. Does force field. Tank goes down. Nice control. Does blink away. Catching out the Marauder. Boys are being pulled. Spirit, he holds on to the main, and this time Stim is going to finish. Yeah, massive upgrade here. Game after game after game, Stim is denied, but no, this time it should complete. This time it will finish, and this time Spirit, he's secure. He does lose 1 tank, but now he has a 2nd tank to back up. MaNa forced to expand, and we're getting into a longer game. We're getting into a longer game state, and MaNa is in a worse position. For now, at least. Takes down the bunker. Takes down the initial bunker, not bad. Going for the other. Can he focus down in time? One more volley. Oh, not enough. Barely not enough. Tank repositions. Now, winding it back a little bit here. 4-gate blink is very committed, and this third base is very late. It's a very late third base, very committed build here. MaNa has dealt some damage. Looking at the unit's loss type here, he lost 3 stalkers and a sentry for a tank, for a couple of SCVs, a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders. He needs more though. He needs more. The late third base, he hasn't paid for itself. This 4-gate blink build hasn't paid for itself. Does miss the drop. Drop sinks out. Spirit getting across the map. Back at home, there are some units to defend. But Spirit, he wants those probes. And he's gonna get them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probe kills. Nice damage. Spirit does get away. Oh, I believe that's still within range there from stalkers. Has to be careful. Here comes the second robo, going to double robo, double Colossus production. Gonna be making 2 Colossus at a time. Oh, boosting back into the third. MaNa's keeping up. Likewise, double drop towards left hand side. Spirit, he's slipping out. Now, ideally with this build from MaNa, if you're not able to get too much damage done, you want to contain. You want to contain the Terran play. You want to be keeping eyes on any kind of move outs, any kind of drop play. But MaNa, he does miss both drops. And Spirit expands. And you can see the disparity here. You can see just how far behind and how late this third base now behind MaNa is with the supply. Like, with the supply disparity, I should say. Spirit, he has the greater economy, has the greater army. Spirit drops into the main. MaNa out of position, forced to recall. And he wants a Colossus. He's gonna get it. Oh, Colossus goes down. Massive pickup. And Spirit is just pulling MaNa apart. GG gets called. Spirit he will snowball out of control, and we are going to the ace match. Whew, let's go. We're going to the ace match. We're going to game 5. Again, MaNa, this time, Spirit, he was more than ready for the 4-gate Blink Stalker. A much earlier stim. Very nice SimCity in the main base as well. And MaNa, he tried to blink into said main, but was so awkward for him to get on top of the tank. It just was not worth it. As you mentioned, he bled out 4 Stalkers for a tank, a handful of SCVs, handful of Marines. Not enough. Not good enough there for MaNa. And with that GG. With that GG well played, we're going all the way to the ace match. And we'll see how this story ends. This could go either way. Game 5 is going to be on torches. Interesting. Now, this is not a good Blink map. This is not a good map for Blink. I mean, depending on what your approach is, I suppose. We'll see. As I don't think there's a way to Blink into the main from the 3rd location. So we should be seeing something different out of MaNa. Likewise, aggression is still favored on this map. It's a very small map. Short rush distance by air, short rush distance by ground. That's why this map is often vetoed and rarely seen in best of 3s. Hello, CranKy. Thanks for the awesome work. I might you turn the music off. We don't turn off the in-game music. So I appreciate the kind words, appreciate the request. Answer is keep the music on. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of torches. We have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Team Liquid, being forced into a tied up series here into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is MaNa. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Terran player, the red Terran, representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. Here we go. And welcome one and all to Torches. Again, Torches is I believe the smallest map in the current ladder map pool. So very small map, short rush distance by ground, short rush distance by air as well. It is a little bit similar to El Dorado in the last map pool, where we have these mineral walls heading into the center or in between these 2 main bases. We have the triangular 3rd base here. We have center gold bases as well. But this area in between the bases is much shorter than El Dorado. There's not as many expansions, of course, and takes less time to go across the map. Likewise, we have these massive tumors. They do expire at around 7:55 in game, so just under 8 minutes. They will naturally expire. Otherwise, you can destroy them yourself, of course. You can speed up the process. As from here, MaNa just being as annoying as possible. Economic opener out of Spirit, going for the Rax Expand. CC is going to be placed. Is going to be thrown down. See in the chat, you can blink into the main, but only 2 to 3 Stalkers at a time. Ooh, interesting. So, oh right, I didn't even get to talk about it, but here is the main base on Torches, and you can see the area from the triangular 3rd into the main. You can see that, I guess there is like a little alcove here, like a little pocket where you can get close enough to blink in, but as Ledlix did explain in the chat, apparently you can blink from the 3rd into the main base, but it's a little bit more awkward. It's not as accessible as on other maps. So I don't expect to see MaNa commit as hard. Not just that, but also there is a ramp. There is a ramp coming into natural, so this natural position is going to be much more secure for the Terran. Much more difficult to break into. At least with the commitment of Blink Stalkers. But we'll see. Like, MaNa has been very fond of Blink Stalkers and has been very aggressive. 4-gate Blink, 5-gate Blink. Spirit going for his 1-1-1. Reactor and Marine production, not Reactor to Hellion this time. Does keep the Reactor on the racks. Hallucinations moving out. And it does come across the Marines, does come across the Widow Mines, is now where there's no concern for any kind of Hellion harass. I mean, hey, we've seen Hellions just end the game. But not this time. As the drop is preparing. Terran players, they play all the same. Drop play on 2 bases. Always buyer. Oh, it's a mech enjoyer in the chats. Oh no. Mech is very niche. Mech is, do I want to say viable? You see mech sometimes in this matchup depending on the player. Like obviously we've seen Gumiho take down some of the best Protoss players in the world with mech in this matchup. Same with like Ryung. Like it's very stylistic and very niche. Very niche. Very difficult to pull off. I would recommend watching players like Ryung or like Gumiho if you want to try to like indulge in some mech in this matchup in TvP. Otherwise, it's just, yeah, it's something that even when they do it, they don't rely on it. They mix it in to try to catch someone off guard. As the mine drop is getting ready at the natural. Likewise, MaNa claiming a third. Let's go. For the first time here, do we have 2-gate blink? Yeah, 2-gate blink into a third base, so much more economic build here out of MaNa. As you mentioned, this map just isn't really built for Blink Stalker aggression. So MaNa, for the first time, economic build. Let's go. For the first time, faster third Nexus already done, now getting saturated. And we have a very different dynamic here in the ace match. Very different. Likewise, Spirit, he's going to be stuck on 2 bases until his upgrades kick in. Stim, combat shields, building up his upgrades before breaking out. And we are going to be taking up in towards Charge and in towards Colossus. So we're heading into the mid game. Blink's also going to be excellent on this map of penetrating the ramp natural. I would probably disagree with that. So the problem there, well, I should say the problem with this map is that on other maps, the Terran player is forced to split up their army and defend 2 locations at once, right? They're forced to defend their main base and their natural. But here, just because it's more awkward to blink into the main, then they can just focus their defensive setup here and focus their supply and focus their army in a more centralized area, which I would say would make it difficult to break. But I'm sure there are like other niche scenarios. Auto charge Harassy towards left hand side, gets 5 probe kills, meanwhile double drop into the main. Spirit sneaking in, does force a recall. MaNa does recall in time. Again, Spirit's being active, remember his upgrades are done. Yes, Stim and combat shields. The mine drop is dealt with. Deals with the mine drop. Spirit, he does bring everything together, pushing in between the bases. Does move in between. MaNa out of position. Yeah, the third base is exposed. And he has to go through the minefield. Oh, brutal connections. Yeah, mines are popping off. The Immortal gets started down. Does have the Colossus. But is it enough? As the Colossus is somewhat exposed. Yeah, Mineral Line's going down. Spirit just catching MaNa completely out of position. The base is going to fall. 22 probe kills. And the Nexus. MaNa now moving in. But this is brutal damage. Just too much to come back from. Even if MaNa cleans this up, and he will force to pick up. Oh! Does force Shelby back home. Medevac goes down. He gets 1. He gets both. Cleans up everything. But he lost the base. He lost the expansion. Remember, this entire opener, this entire setup here was for a faster third, and he lost that advantage. He lost the economy. Now Spirit is getting his own third base. Has a higher worker count, better economy, better saturation. Third base going to be on the way. From here, we'll see how MaNa can build up. As he's got a choice to make here. Either try to recover economically or commit into an all-in. As he's moving out. And what's he pushing into? Vikings are on the way. Second starport as well from As Viking. Matchup popping up. Now this base is out in the open. True, it's not the easiest base to actually maintain, but MaNa doesn't really have much to work with. There's not much left. See, he's moving out. Pushing into a minefield is not going to be easy. Does delay some of the economy though. 5 SCV kills, not bad. Chips away at the mineral line. Spirit dusts them in. Getting a couple more SCVs, not bad. I mean, MaNa, he isn't killing the base, he isn't killing all these workers, but he's denying mining. Like, he's denying mining, forcing back the third CC. Punishing just how open this area is. Oh my god, the blink! Crazy blink out of MaNa, bleeding out 4, 5, 6 stalkers. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, GG, well played. Patience, get out of him, as we have a bit of a patience blink, and MaNa, he will lose everything. GG gets cold, was already in a rough position, and Spirit, he will claim the series and qualify for the main event. GG. GG, well played. Again, Spirit, he already was in a commanding position by killing the mineral line, by claiming that third base. MaNa, he either had to give it to an all-in or had to try to force mistakes out of Spirit. He was denying some mining at the third base, which was nice. It was a nice little pickoff, but not quite enough to fully bring him back, and in the end did accidentally blink forward or intentionally blink forward and lost everything. GG, well played. With that, Spirit, he will claim the series, he will qualify for the main event, and MaNa is going to be knocked out. Now, there is a chance that MaNa, he might be invited, he might be voted in. I would love to see MaNa in RSL, but alas, not through the European qualifier. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting ready for our next qualifying match. It's going to be a best of 5 between Showtime and Strange. Let's go.